Hey Kaiju fans and Kaiju collectors, this is Thomas here with Monster Island Kaiju reviews. I know it's been a minute. I've been extremely busy the last 2 or 3 weeks, so I finally got around to taking this guy out. I got this guy not too long ago. This is the Sarujirushi Shin Godzilla, and this was originally a blank figure. You can see beneath the feet here. It's like a reddish, yeah. It was red, and I've been eyeballing one of these for a while. I just was never really in my range as far as price. These guys are pretty expensive. Just like I guess similar to like the Passion tanks. Those are kind of expensive, but this one here, I've got like one other figure from this company, and it's the 54 Godzilla, which I'll show a little bit later. But this one here, obviously you guys can see it has some very extreme colors. And that's because this is a custom by James Osborne, and he is the administrator of Vinyl Kaiju Legion. And that group's been around for quite some time, and you guys should check that group out. They are really focused on Kaiju, and all their posts are pretty on point. And I met James actually for the first time recently at Godzilla Fest. And yeah, he had his own table. It was cool. He was nice. He had some of his custom painted figures there, and man, I really wanted to get a couple, and I just somehow I held off. But then that's because I got this guy before the show, and I told him about this, and he said, yeah, I mean, he painted this I think earlier this year, and he was actually very surprised that the gentleman that he did this for sold it. But I know exactly why, because the other guy, he just has too many figures, and I think he's getting some other things. I think he also needs some funds. So that's how it's been lately. It's been a little bit tough out there. I mean, we're still recovering from the pandemic, and just, you know, the job front and all these expenses are just piling up. Not to mention the amount of pre-orders out there is just draining all our funds. So anyways, without saying too much more, you know, pictures really don't do this guy justice. You really got to look at this guy up close. You know, it really depends on the lighting and the angles and everything like that. The gentleman that sold it to me assured me that it's a really fabulous piece, and when I got it, I was like, holy mackerel! The amount of paint, I'm not gonna say the amount of paint, but the amount of work that was put into this figure as far as painting is really something. I'm not sure how long it took for James to paint this, but it's amazing. It looks so different before it was painted. I mean, it's ridiculous how much color variations there is. And unfortunately, this room was a little bit dark, but I am definitely going to get this guy outside so you guys can appreciate a little bit more, and we'll do some size comparisons as well. So first impressions on this figure, it's great. I really like the sculpt. I really do like the closed mouth, and the way he painted it. You can make out his eyes and all the individual teeth in there. Did a really great job there. Very interesting. And for my first Shin Godzilla from this particular company, I am very happy. The gentleman that sold this to me also provided the header card and the bag, and it does say 2023, so it must have just been really early. The header card is really cool. It's got several versions of Godzilla on there. So let's go ahead and get a closer look at this figure right now. And getting started with our comparisons, to the left we have the Passion Tank Shin Godzilla. This is a custom painted one by the talented Kaiju Canvas, one of my favorite pieces. For our next comparison, we have the Sun Guts Shin Godzilla, and this one is in marbled vinyl. So it almost looks like maybe like it's frozen, or even looks like kind of like a zombie version. But these guys are very similar in size, and I really actually dig both of these particular versions. For our third comparison, we have a classic Bandai Shin Godzilla. This is in the 6-inch scale. The figure itself, it's kind of basic, but it does do the job, and it's a pretty affordable entry to Shin Godzilla. And here's a little bit of a closer look. Like I said, it's a little bit kind of simple, but I believe they've actually made up multiple other colorways that look actually really good. For our final comparisons, we have the X Plus Mirror Man to the left. That's a 25cm figure. To the right, we have the Anraku Ansaku Godzilla. This is the 54 final scene, and it's really cool looking, and just in time for Halloween. One of my favorite figures. Alright guys, we are back. I hope you guys like the close-up of this pretty awesome Shin Godzilla here. For good measure, I went and got the X Plus 25cm red clear Shin Godzilla. This one here is the from the kit, and this was put together. It looks great, and it's semi-translucent, so you guys can see the size difference here. This 25cm is pretty big. It's especially long, but this guy here is just the overall diameter of this guy. He's so much thicker, and he's actually pretty tall. That's really interesting. But yeah, so anyway, let's put this down here. So, you know, as far as a basic review on this, I gotta say that I really love the sculpt. I said that I liked it earlier, and the way it's been painted just makes everything stand out. And man, it's got so much detail throughout his body. You know, it does have some basic articulation, but that's not really what I'm gonna do with it too much. Head, tail, arm, legs. But man, I'm pretty impressed by this company's version of Shin Godzilla, and I'm glad that I actually have one. So yeah, so that is it guys. That's my basic review. Great looking figure. I can only imagine some of the other variations that are out there. I don't know too much about this company, but I do know that I really dig this Shin. So that is it for this review here. I am having a 1K giveaway, and it looks like we are getting really close. I did say that I was going to add a couple more things as we get closer. I think we're right around we're right around that time now. Excuse me. You know what? I'm going to add for the giveaway a couple of more figures. This is a NECA Shin NECA Shin Godzilla. This is the NECA King Kong. This looks like it's based on a 1933 Kong. I'm sure you guys have seen this in the stores perhaps, but it does have these scratches on his chest, so it's kind of like from the 2021 film. And you know what? Since we're with NECA, here's a 89 Godzilla. This one is the one that has the what do you call it? The Biolante. I would say the slime on him. So that's pretty cool. These are both brand new, never opened. And I'm gonna also throw in a few of these more recent Bandai. Not sorry, Bandai. These are Playmates, and this is the Jet Jaguar. We'll go ahead and do the whole set. Got Gorosaurus. I know this one was a pain in the butt to find for a little while. I think they're still out there. One of the most popular ones that I keep seeing is this one. This one seems to be always on the shelf, so this is not hard to get by any means, but it's still pretty fun. And this one might be a little bit older one. This is a King Caesar. So maybe this one's actually a Bandai. So this guy's out of place, but as you can see, these guys, they're basically very similar. I think Playmates use the Bandai sculpts perhaps, but they're pretty much interchangeable. So that is it. I'm going to be giving away these items plus the Hanna-Barbera Godzilla. That's from Mondo, and that's right over here. There you go. I might throw in something else. We'll see. We'll see what we have. But once again, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. Share my channel, like, comment. I really appreciate your support. And stay tuned for more. Have a great one. Take care.